Every morning in this country, before the coffee, before the coat, millions of Canadians do the same thing without thinking about it once. They pull off a cap. They swipe it under one arm, then the other, onto thin skin right next to the lymph nodes, often seconds after shaving, when the skin is broken. And then they pull on a shirt and forget about it for the next 16 hours, every single day, for their entire adult life. There is no product you apply more faithfully to a more sensitive spot than deodorant. And here is what nobody at the drugstore is telling Canadians. In this country, your antiperspirant is not even legally a cosmetic. It is regulated by Health Canada as a drug. The aluminum inside it is an active medicinal ingredient with a legal limit and a product number, because its entire job is to plug your sweat glands shut. Now, I have to be honest with you right away, because this channel does not do scare stories. You have probably heard that aluminum in deodorant causes breast cancer or Alzheimer's. So let me tell you the truth, clearly. The Canadian Cancer Society says there is no evidence linking antiperspirants to breast cancer. The National Cancer Institute says the same. The Alzheimer Society says aluminum is not on the list of established dementia causes. So we are not here for that myth. We are here for the things that are actually documented. A benzene recall that pulled real products off Canadian shelves. Forever chemicals found in deodorants by an independent lab. And a fragrance loophole that lets a brand hide dozens of chemicals under one word. 7 products exposed. 3 clean Canadian brands worth your money. And brand number 2 was recalled, in this country, by Health Canada, for a chemical that causes cancer. That story is coming. Don't skip ahead. This is the True North shelf, where the labels get read so the truth gets told. Let's dive in. Before the brands, 2 things every Canadian needs to understand about the deodorant aisle. First, this is the most loyal exposure in your whole routine. Daily, for life, on thin underarm skin, over the lymph nodes, often right after shaving. That is not a reason to panic about aluminum, which the European Union's Scientific Committee judged safe at normal use levels. It is a reason to care about what else is riding along in the can. Because if anything in there is a genuine problem, this is the product that delivers it most faithfully. Second, the 2 real, documented hazards are not the aluminum. They are benzene, a contamination problem in spray cans, and the disclosure gap, the forever chemicals and fragrance chemicals that the label does not have to spell out. In Canada, a brand can legally bundle dozens of scent chemicals under one word, parfum, and name none of them. Keep those 2 ideas in mind. Benzene in the sprays, and the black box called parfum, brand number 1. And this one opens the category because it is where the hard evidence is. Secret Outlast Completely Clean Dry Spray, made by Procter & Gamble. On the 26th of November 2021, Health Canada announced a recall. Procter & Gamble was pulling roughly 1.4 million units of aerosol antiperspirant off Canadian shelves. 8 products, Secret and Old Spice dry sprays. And this Secret Outlast spray was on that list. The reason, in Health Canada's own words, was the presence of benzene, a chemical classified as causing cancer, including cancers of the blood like leukemia. That is not an opinion. That is a Canadian government recall, by name, recall number on screen. The benzene was not an intended ingredient. It was a contamination, concentrated by the spray can format, which is the theme of this whole first half. The aerosol you reach for because it is fast and dry is exactly the format that gave Canada this recall. Brand number 2, and this is the centerpiece. Old Spice Sweat Defense, the Ultimate Captain and Pure Sport Plus dry sprays, also Procter & Gamble. These were on the very same Health Canada recall, the same November 2021 action, the same reason, benzene, a known human carcinogen, in a men's body spray that millions of Canadian men fog onto themselves in a closed bathroom every morning, then breathe in. And here is the detail that matters, the honest one. The Canadian recall list and the American recall list were not identical. Some products pulled in the United States were never on the Canadian list, and the reverse. So when you look this up, look at the Health Canada list, the Canadian one. Recall number RA63657. Because what got pulled in this country is the list that applies to your bathroom. 8 aerosol sprays, 1.4 million units. For benzene. Brand number 3, Secret Baby Powder 24-hour aerosol, also on that same recall. And look at the name, baby powder. The softest, most innocent scent on the shelf, chosen to feel clean and gentle, on an aerosol that was pulled, in Canada, for a cancer-causing contaminant. The gentler the name on the front, the more carefully you need to read the back, and in this case, the recall notice. Brand number 4. And now we move from benzene to the second documented problem, forever chemicals. Dr. Teal's aluminum-free deodorant, the magnesium and eucalyptus one. Here is the irony. This is the natural one, aluminum-free, essential oils, the product you reach for specifically to avoid the scary chemical. But in February of 2024, an independent investigation sent 15 deodorants to an EPA-certified lab and tested them for organic fluorine, the marker for PFAS, the forever chemicals. This Dr. Teal's deodorant came back with the highest level of the entire group. Now, the honest caveat, because this channel always gives it to you. Organic fluorine is an indicator that PFAS are likely present. It is not by itself proof the company added them on purpose. But finding the highest reading in the test on the product sold as the clean, aluminum-free, natural choice, that is exactly the kind of thing you deserve to know. Brand number 5, Secret Lavender 48-hour Invisible Solid. Because you might be thinking, fine, I will just avoid the sprays. But in that same February 2024 lab test, this one, a solid stick, not an aerosol, came back with detectable organic fluorine too, around 11 parts per million. It is a reminder that the forever chemical question is not only about spray cans. It is about disclosure. None of this is on the label. You cannot read your way out of what a company does not have to tell you. If this investigation is useful to you, do one thing right now. Subscribe. Not later, now. And hit the like button. Here is the honest reason why. The algorithm only shows this kind of reporting to Canadians when enough of you subscribe and engage. If you want more Canadians to know what is actually documented versus what is just a scare, the single most powerful thing you can do is subscribe to this channel. The last 2 brands are about the word hiding everything. Brand number 6, the body spray fragrance bombs, Axe, and the heavily scented men's body sprays. This one is on the list for the loophole. Pull up the ingredients on a heavy body spray, and near the end you will see one word doing an enormous amount of work, parfum, or fragrance. In Canada, that single word can legally stand in for dozens of separate scent chemicals, and the brand does not have to name a single one. Some fragrance formulas use a phthalate called DEP to make the scent last. Now honestly, the health evidence on DEP specifically is debated, not settled, so I am not going to tell you it is poison. But you are spraying it across your chest and breathing it in a small room every day, and you are not allowed to know if it is in there. That is the problem. Not a proven toxin, a black box. Brand number 7, the clinical strength antiperspirant sold on the aluminum scare itself. Walk the aisle and you will see clinical strength, prescription strength, maximum protection, all built around a high dose of aluminum, all heavily fragranced. Here is the honest take, the one that actually helps you. The aluminum is not the cancer monster the internet made it. But you also may simply not want to fog your most applied product with an undisclosed fragrance every day, especially right after shaving. The real reason to switch is not fear. It is that you can get odor protection without the spray can benzene risk and without the parfum black box, which is exactly where Canada comes in. So here is the honest bottom line before the good news. The aluminum causes cancer story is a myth the science does not support. The real, documented problems are benzene in recalled aerosols, forever chemicals found by an independent lab, and a fragrance loophole you are not allowed to see into. Now, 3 Canadian brands that fix all 3. Hero number 1, Green Beaver, a family company in Hawkesbury, Ontario, Canadian since 2002. Aluminum-free deodorant, free from artificial fragrance, parabens, and aluminum, vegan and hypoallergenic. And here is what sets them apart. They also make the one genuinely certified aluminum-free antiperspirant in this lineup, a plant-based formula certified natural by EcoCert. If you actually want to reduce sweat, not just odor, without aluminum, this is the Canadian answer. Hero number 2, Attitude. Made in Montreal, Quebec. Their deodorant is EWG verified, the strongest third-party clean mark of the three, with baking soda-free options for sensitive skin, vegan, in a plastic-free tube. And you can actually find it at Shoppers Drug Mart and London Drugs. Canadian-made, independently verified, and on a shelf near you. Hero number 3, Routine. Founded in Calgary, Alberta, and manufactured in Canada. Aluminum-free, with no aluminum compounds, no parabens, no triclosan, no propylene glycol, in over a dozen scents, including baking soda-free options for people whose skin reacts. The Alberta indie that built a cult following one armpit at a time. Now the honest trade-offs, on all three, because this channel always gives it to you straight. 1. Aluminum-free deodorant is not an antiperspirant. It controls odor, it does not stop sweat. Green Beaver's certified formula is the exception. 2. Baking soda can irritate some skin, so if you are sensitive, pick the baking soda-free version. 3. Expect a transition period of a week or two when you switch. That is your body adjusting, not the product failing. So here is how to check your own deodorant in 5 seconds. Flip it over. First, is it an aerosol spray? The benzene recalls were all sprays. A solid stick or a roll-on sidesteps that entire risk. Second, run your eye down for the word fragrance or parfum. The shorter and more named the ingredient list, the less is hiding. And third, if you want out of the whole debate, look for a simple, aluminum-free, fragrance-free stick from a brand that publishes everything. Buy Canadian. And remember the honest spine of this whole video. The aluminum scare is a myth. The benzene recall, the forever chemicals, and the fragrance black box are real. Spend your worry where the evidence actually is. If this video helped you, do 3 things. Subscribe to the True North Shelf, hit the like button, and the full source list, the Health Canada recall, the lab test, every study, is linked in the description below. This is the True North Shelf. Stay safe, stay educated. Thanks for watching.